question.
So,
I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been asked yesterday yet or today, but could we get a reenactment of the proposal since we're both here?
the proposal.
You read? Oh my God.
What did I? Well, I guess I did. I've definitely done one. I've definitely done maybe more than one for people, at cons and stuff. Is there anything specific that you want me to say?
Just whatever you feel sounds right.
That was it.
Mako, could you give us a minute? Thanks for, stopping by.
That was so nice
No,
to
no
see
problem.
But it is so great to see you.
Yeah, so great to see you guys
Yeah,
too.
You look great. You look great.
Korra, you
Yeah.
do something. I'm gonna use the restroom.
Okay, that's really a good idea. Okay, that's
For
really,
real.
really good idea. That's
Literally.
that's a really good idea. You were there for me when I didn't know who else to turn to, and I realized when I realized that I didn't want anyone else to turn to, and I would like to be there for you and rely on you in life and in love for the rest of my life. Will you share that with me?
Wow, Korra. I don't know what to say besides that you said everything that I've been feeling lately. And I mean, lately for a long time. But yes, of course, I would love that.
Okay. Also, you have to promise to tell me when I'm being a jerk. And you're never a jerk, so don't ask me.
I promise, Korra.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you. You're right, now that you say that, Austin, I am surprised that that didn't come up. We were saying
Love.
So what a joy and a treasure and a blessing to work with Seychelle. She's just the best
That's
ever.
an inspiration.
Such a huge fan of hers. Hi!
What's that?
I'm home.
Where's Mako? Mako's in the back.
Worked out great. Worked out great.
I wanted to know which character who didn't appear on this Korra, who was on after the last Airbender, who would you have wanted to bring over that didn't get star?
Great question.
Awesome question.
I'm just going through everyone on my mind.
Me too. Oh God.
That's in there. Don't worry. That's
What
in
did
there.
you say?
Saga.
Oh!
Yeah,
Okay, that's
I know.
right. Yeah.
I know. Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. Yeah.
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 Saga and the Swan Benders.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the guy was saying the good stuff. Yeah.
God, yeah.
What song is that? Tunnel.
Oh, yeah.
Secret tunnel. Sorry. Hi.
Hi.
My name's Jen.
Jen?
Hi, Jen.
Yeah. I actually have a question for Seychelle. How much do you see yourself in the character of Asami, like personality-wise or experience-wise?
I think our biggest similarity is that we both started working pretty young, I guess. We're both very independent. I think she's a lot more strong-willed than I am, and I look up to her for that. But yeah, I guess between the both of us, I think we're both good friends. I consider myself, a good friend, I hope. And yeah, someone that you can rely on who's, what's the word for that? Dependability. I guess our independence is the main thing, yeah, because I've been traveling since I was working since I was like 18, and yeah, she got right into it, before she was 18, so I guess, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. He's back! What? Nothing?
We're engaged!
Am I allowed back in?
Very welcome.
You're engaged?
Yes. Will you marry us? Is that going to be weird?
Vicky, Christina, Korra. Okay.
So hi, my name is William, and very quickly, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out here to Sacramento for this con and means so much to us. And my question is, as an aspiring theater person, do you have any favorite plays or musicals that you like to watch or even perform in?
Yes. I'm not gonna say what they are, no.
Musicals, did you say?
Musicals or
That we
plays?
like to watch or perform in?
I like To Be or Not to Be. That's my favorite musical, but the remake of the original, the Mel Brooks film, if you haven't seen
wow.
it, it's hilarious and it's a musical.
That's a deep cut.
It's a genius one.
Yeah, that is good. I really like the Music Man. I just embrace it. Yeah, with Robert Preston.
Oh, the
I
best.
embrace that wholeheartedly. That's the thing where, like, I mean, that's before my time. It's not like I saw it and I was like, this brand new musical is wonderful. Like, I didn't, it's been around a very long time when I saw it. But that to me is the kind of thing where, like, I still look at that and I'm like, they were doing things that kind of broke the rules and kind of made fun of itself, made fun of the idea of musicals, and but also like the blending of all these different songs that kind of come together for one big song. That's probably like a real term for that I don't know, but I thought that was like a masterpiece.
Yeah, that's a great
I just
one.
think it's really good, you know.
We're actually doing it at one of my local colleges.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Musicals, I'd love to do Chicago. And plays, Streetcar Named Desire, probably.
Guys and Dolls.
Maybe Blanche.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You look so awesome.
Very muscular.
So one question for you guys is, how did it feel like being a part of a love triangle between the three of you? And also like going from liking each other, then hating each other, and liking each other, and hating each other.
Yeah, we're being a teenager right now.
Yeah.
Life.
Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's different. I don't know if there was hate. I think there was just a lot of, there was hurt,
angst.
Angst is definitely a good
a
word.
lot of angst.
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 Avatar
But there was a lot of angst, and but that's life, That's what's so great about Legend of Korra is that, I mean, even the Avatar, and we're all going through these human emotions and trying to figure life out and the feelings, and so that was what's so real about the show. I mean, I know I've been through a lot of angst in my life.
Yeah, also, I was super angsty when I was a teen, and I could barely get through, like, someone breaking my heart and having a math test. So the idea of going through what these three went through, like, oh, is the world gonna end? And also trying to navigate those feelings, I would have handled it even worse than they did, you know what I mean? I just would have fallen apart altogether. I guess they kind of did fall apart altogether at some points, but that's a pressure I couldn't have taken, you know what I mean? So it's rough. They barely got time.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, it never got boring. It was always exciting to see which way the scripts would go and, which way our characters would go because we never knew, and so that was so exciting.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see what was going to happen next.
Yeah, and it was for us too. As we got the scripts, I'd be like, I was rushing through them to find out. Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. What's your name?
My name is Dakota.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
My God, this is real. I'm so nervous right now, but hi, I'm Jericho.
Jericho. Who's that little character on your shoulder there?
Yeah, representing since someone's not here, but
Yeah, DJ.
I know, we really would have loved to be here.
yeah. But the Avatar series made a huge impact on my life because I pretty much grew up on it. As a viewer, I learned so much from people like Zuko, or Uncle Iroh, or Korra, Bolin too. But that's me as a viewer, as voice actors and actresses who acted on the show, had a big larger experience. I wonder what's like something you took away from it, whether it's like inspiration or like some life advice that all three of you can share.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for me, voiceover is just a real gift. I mean, it's a great opportunity, and then to get involved in a show like this, because so often voiceover is, you know, it's cartoony. And this show, which has some depth to it, so to be involved with something like that, and the writing, and it's helped my acting. Like I've learned, I just learned how to prepare quicker, I think, and sort of like get into it right away and be like, oh, this is what needs to be done, and I don't have to overthink this. But it's just great to be a part of something that's so deep, you know.
Janet, we were all talking about this yesterday, how interesting it is that some of the villains on the show are somewhat relatable, or you can kind of see where they're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a really, really cool quality of the show, because in real life, people who do terrible things, you know, are human beings and do come from, you know, certain, I don't know, they create their ideologies from a certain background that they've gone through. So it's interesting to think about it in that way, you know, having understanding for people that you really don't want to have any understanding for, which I think we all kind of struggle with, at least I do. Yeah, and then the different kind of family structures we have that are so unorthodox, you know, on the show, that people get together from so many different backgrounds and stuff. I like that.
No, I love everything you guys said. I agree with everything you said. And I will just add that it changed my life in a completely and totally literal way, right? I go to cons, I go to like over a dozen when I can every year. I meet you guys. I get to talk to you, keep the show alive in my mind, in my heart, get your feedback. You know, enjoy and listen to and cherish the memories and the things that, you know, impacted you about the show. And that, I mean, that is a literal, huge change for me. And also working with Mike and Brian and seeing that you can be authentic and honest about your work and not compromise. I mean, they really are just like, they're very uncompromising. They really believe in their vision and they see it through, and that was really inspiring to me, because we live in an industry where sometimes that falls by the wayside. You see compromises being made that you're like, oh no, now I know what you meant, and you didn't get to do that. These guys are just like, no, we're doing it. About everything, you know, and then, two, it's made me very spoiled. You know, I just really want to do work I believe in now, because I got a taste of what that's like. And I've done other things. A lot of things happened to me all at once with Korra that were things I really was excited about, felt great about. But boy, it sure makes it hard, as I'm sure a lot of you experienced. When you get that taste of something that fulfills you on that deep of a level, you just get real impatient about stuff that you're like, oh, that's not, what does that mean? You know what I mean? So you just want to keep striving from that, you know?
Thank you. You guys were boogers. I think you all.
Wow. Did you give me a Valentine that says that? The little kid with his finger up his nose?
Thanks, buddy. I can
Dionysus.
So it's been really great seeing the journey that all of these especially more in the series, and just how much Korra has changed the show, and it's been really great. Helps me in your life. So, do you think, like, because you know how in the end Korra ended up opening another spirit portal, and spirit portal is different. So do you think there's a chance that going into the spirit portal will be more of a common thing or mainstream thing for regular people? I mean, like, because obviously Korra can do that and but people like that, like, you think maybe other people want to.
I love it.
That's a great question.
It's coming out of your mouth right now.
Me too.
I love it. That is such a great point and such a great question. Because I love the idea of things like that, experiences like that being available to as many people as possible.
Even, and non-vendors too, you know?
I completely agree. I love that. I love the socialism of that. I think that's gorgeous, because I do agree that, you know, as a parable for life, like the more that we get to experience of the divine, whatever that means to you, it could be God, it can be the universe, it can be your fellow human, the closer you are to, you know, being the best version of yourself. Does that make sense? I love that. I think that's a great idea. That's what I would love to see. More participation with everybody in the spirit world. That's a great idea. Right? Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
And my question is, what would you say to the people who haven't watched Korra to convince them to watch it? Because it's amazing.
Good question.
Wow. didn't become a fan, then I mean, because I didn't know it. I'll be honest with you, when I came on, I didn't know the show. I mean, and so I went back and started watching and discovering. I had no idea what I was getting into. And then, of course, I was like, oh, I'm doing this cartoon, you know? Right. And then I started realizing, oh wow, I'm doing this show, this tremendous project. So yeah, that's how it was for me.
I think for me, which has been super interesting, have even being in the movie and in the series, is that I have people come up to me who are young, who are full-on adults, like older people who've watched it by themselves or found out through their kids and became addicted. Like literally all ages have come up to me and been like, I love this show. It has changed things for me. So I mean, it really has no kind of like box. You know, anyone can. A lot of people I've seen and here too can relate to it from many different places.
Yeah, I would just be like, why do you hate red stuff? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, you got a problem.
And it's got dope music. Like,
it's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for representing.
Hello, you guys. I appreciate all your work on Legend of Korra. I did have a question for David. One of my favorite sitcoms is Married with Children, so I was going to ask what's it like working on the show Married with Children.
Oh, thank you very much for that. Married with Children, just the greatest experience ever. Truly, I mean, just we're all family. We still are family. You could tell we had 11 years of just fun. You know, the writers were great. We were having fun, and that's why the show is a success, because we just had a great time doing it, and I was, proud to be a part of it. We're still all very close. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
My name is Will. Hey, hello. And I was wondering, what thoughts, when you guys were, recording this show, recording this?
What thoughts?
Well, for sure, we all have said that we had the thought that Andrea Romano was amazing, and that Mike and Ryan are geniuses.
It's amazing.
Lucky we were to be there.
I think there was a lot of how lucky we are to be there as it went on, because it was you don't realize what you're getting involved in, and then you're involved in this, like I said a billion times, this great project, and then this gratitude comes over you because you are involved in something that affects this many people. I had no idea. So to me, it's just this tremendous sense of gratitude.
And also that sometimes we would just be fanning out on the guests that would come in and be added to different seasons, you know? It's just that Mike and Brian had the most amazing taste in actors, so we would be like, Clancy Brown's here, Clancy Brown's here.
You know, sitting next to Henry Rollins in the waiting room.
There were so many of those that I think we also just had giant grins on our faces and would forget to say our lines sometimes because we'd be saying them opposite someone that we think is awesome. I love Gary Cole. I remember he came on. It was always someone I would walk into a room and I just didn't know that was coming. It would always be someone just from out in left field, and I would just be like, oh my God, I wasn't prepared for this. And then you do that thing where you don't remember that you have a reason to be there. I did that with Lisa. I don't know if you guys like House, but I certainly do. And Edelstein, and I saw her in the parking lot of Nickelodeon, and I didn't know that she was going to be in the cast with us. And I totally did that thing where I looked at her and I was like, look away, don't let her think that you're staring at her. And I got out of the car, and then we were both walking in the same direction. I was like, okay, just keep cool, do not. I over-ignored her, was super rude.
She over-gamed her.
Don't even acknowledge she's alive. And then she struck up a conversation with me, and I was really, I was like, oh yeah. And then we went inside and sat down at the table, and then we were doing a table read that she was at. Sometimes we did those, sometimes we didn't. And then, and Andrea said that I seriously up to that point was so fangirling out on her that I forgot that I had a reason to be there. And then Andrea was like, and Janet Varney plays Korra. And I seriously was like, yeah. Cool. So we're not immune to that at all. We freak out about people that we do cons with, ask to take pictures with them, same with the cast, so that was definitely a big part of what's cool about the job.
I think on top of all that, the general thought going on in an actor's head in any job is, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired, oh my god. And I think I speak for all three of us, and that's just always going on. You just have to ignore that and keep it moving.
I was gonna say what Janet said.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, you're awesome.
Hi, I'm Paloma.
Hi, Paloma.
What fandoms are you guys in?
Like, I will say this, I spend so little time online for a number of different reasons that I can't say I'm part of an online fandom per se, but that doesn't mean that I'm not an admirer of stuff.
Are we talking about Avatar?
Like any fandom.
Any fandom.
You like Star Wars or Deadly Time?
Doctor Who.
I make
no secret about that.
Harry Potter. Yeah, I went to all the book releases. I dressed up as Fred or George, one of them. My friend and I made these little like knapsacks with just like weird little stuff. And we go up to strangers and like snap things at them and run away, messing with them.
Yeah,
So it's all
I'm a total Wes Anderson.
cried at the last Harry Potter viewing.
Yeah, Harry Potter for sure. Yeah.
I'm fanning out the new Narco series on Netflix.
Ooh, it's good.
Yeah, that's a great series. But I'm
You
not.
guys like the new Daredevil? Do you like the? I enjoyed that very much as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Narco's pretty good though.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Vanessa. So my brother and I had a marathon the show this summer. I hadn't seen it live, but he'd never seen it before. I watched it on our and stuff. And so his question was, well, what do you guys think happens next? You know, what happens with Korrasami in the spirit world? What happens with Mako and Roland and everyone?
Well, it doesn't stay easy. Nothing ever stays easy. But we get married.
Mako's going, wait for me!
Mako becomes the chief of the police.
I'm always terrible with that because I don't think any of us knew where the guys were taking it from. We knew that each book was going to be vastly different from the last, and we couldn't have ever anticipated what they would do. So I always have to work backwards to work forwards, which is like whatever I can conceive of is not going to be as cool as what Mike and Ryan come up with. So I just don't even bother, which is very unimaginative of me. But no, but it's a great question. We definitely want to know. We're so excited that they're going to be doing the books, at all. To see
But
what's up.
the question earlier about the spirit world becoming more available to people, I think that
And we know that
seems
ups and
inevitable.
downs from season 2. So
Yeah.
dealing with what's good, what would be good about that, and what would be not so good about that.
Yeah, learning how to coexist with that. Cool.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching.
Thanks for coming. Now this guy, I saw you rehearsing at lunch. I saw you. He was down there rehearsing. It's awesome.
Well, hi, my name is PJ Rodriguez.
Hey, PJ.
A lot of my questions were taken, but I came up with one a second ago.
Oh.
What do you guys think is your personal element? And I think this is really interesting because you didn't have any of them. You had all of them.
And not so much whether you could bend it or what you would be. Is that,
What you would be.
Yeah, I always like that because that's different. My answer is not the same for what I would choose to bend versus what element I think I would be.
Yeah, that's totally. I would choose Earth. For some reason, I've always liked that. But my dad has a degree in Ayurveda, which is like this 1,000-year-old Indian medicinal study thing. But they diagnose people on these things called doshas, which is Vata, Kapha, and Pitta. If you've heard of it, Pitta is fire-based, Kapha is earth-based, and Vata is air-based. And he always says to my mom and I that we're Vata because we're both kind of small and we both stress out a lot. Like the wind is very doesn't have it one direction. It's cold, like soups and warm things. And he diagnoses what you should, take or whatever based on that. So I think I'm more air, wind, but I would choose to be earth to be more grounded. I guess, yeah.
Now you made Earth sound so much more regal than I feel I would be Earth, but that's not because I'm listen, I'm extremely.
You are kind of earthy. You make me feel grounded.
Well,
it's true though. It's true. It's not. I'm not.
Well, I will take it. as my reason for saying, if Seychelle says I can be her, I can be her. I think it would be her, but I never choose to bend her. So yeah, I think that's such a great question. Monsieur?
Oh, I mean, I would love to have, you know, more earth and water sort of elements, but I looked at my girlfriend just now and I said, fire? She said, fire.
I want to thank you so much. This is my first con, so really
Oh, PJ?
Thank you. Wait, what's your element? What's your element?
Yeah, what are you?
So curious.
I always thought lightning was really cool simply because it's really shiny and it's
very shiny.
It's really just how it's quick and just intense.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's great.
Thank you.
Thanks, PJ.
Thank you.
We have time for one more?
Question. My man over here. What's up, brother? Oh, and also, I just wanted to say hi to Aaron. And where's Aaron from Minnesota? There he is. What's up, buddy? This guy came all the way from Minnesota. Yesterday he was, you were Amon yesterday.
He was, if those of you who were here, he stood up during our panel when we were talking about him on.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
Very smart.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks everyone who came out, drove out, and flew out.
Okay, my man.
Avatar One himself.
Respect.
So honestly, I'm struggling to phrase this question the right way because I don't want to offend anyone. But basically, me and my sister kind of noticed in the series that Kuvira kind of really looks like Mako, and we were wondering why that could have been the case, or if you guys have noticed. Maybe it was deliberate. I don't know.
I always thought Zelda looked like Kuvira and Kuvira looked like Zelda, so I didn't ever think of the Mako thing.
For us, like we noticed that Kuvira kind of looked like Mako with long hair.
Well, I don't think you. I don't know how you could have said it would have been offensive, but I think you steered clear of whatever that was.
I can't say I noticed it, but I'll have to go back and check that out now.
It's like a facial feature thing. Maybe it's an animated thing, you know, where like Albus Dumbledore had like a big crooked nose, and you like, look at that and you're like, he's wise. Maybe they just, their eyebrows being really intense make us believe the intensity more. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the key. If you want to see more intense in a situation, just draw your eyebrows really thick and spiky.
Wait, did we ever see Mako and Kuvira in the same room together?
On the train. Oh, no.
Full on something here.
See? Revenge is so sweet.
I was just about to say we told Sherlock that, and I realized I'm also a huge Sherlock fan. And Stephen Moffat in general. That's a great question. But like I said, I always kind of saw Zelda, and so I didn't think that. But I love that.
It's
yeah.
so true, though.
Yeah. You start to kind of see that. I don't feel that way about my character, but you start to see that. For me, I started to see it with like a lot of the characters. Like I can see.
Oh yeah.
Real
PJ is both.
Yeah. I've already drawn them, so I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. And they weren't casting to what we look like, for sure. So.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. It remains a mystery.
No worries. Thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
I think it's a mystery.
I think it's mysteries.
I think our time's up, is it not? It's 3 p.m. on the dot.
What an awesome experience we've had this con. Thank you so much.
So much fun. You guys were so awesome, and this is our last panel for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
So glad you guys were a part of it, man. You guys are
Thanks for
awesome.
Thank you for your
Give yourself a hand.